Hey guys, it's POSTBOXPAT and welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be reviewing the Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta for the Xbox One edition. Also, this can apply to any other edition as well. But my channel usually covers Minecraft and Fortnite content, well currently it is, so I thought, you know what, it's time to cover something different. Star Wars Battlefront 2, or Star Wars Battlefront in general, has been my favourite game since a little kid from the original consoles, and today we're going to be talking about should you buy this game or should you not. And if you haven't played the beta, do try it out. I know it is going to end soon, and even if you want the game or you like the idea of what I say in this video, you guys should get a grip for the game if you've never heard of it or you're interested in playing it. Now, Star Wars Battlefront is a little similar to Battlefield. It's very similar with the same concept. It's like a mix between Battlefield and Plants vs Zombies, if you've played with them, in my opinion. Star Wars Battlefront 1 was a very good game for the console edition. It wasn't my favourite Star Wars Battlefront. My favourite one will always be the first ever one on the PlayStation 2. However, this is a pretty good game, and the new one is pretty cool as well. So let's talk about it and show off what I really liked about it and what can be improved to do with it. So when I first started playing it, I didn't like it too much. I was a little bit confused. It was taking me a while to understand exactly what was going on. But after a little bit of time playing it, probably about 2 to 3 hours, I started to get the hang of it. Obviously, all the people I was playing against were pre-order people, and I really started to get a lot of kills. After a few kills and that, I started to realise, oh, you know what, which guns are the best and stuff, and I started to find guns that I really like. The thing that I do like a lot about betas is things aren't balanced, and I think sometimes when things aren't balanced, a lot of people enjoy the game more. Now, I know there's going to be them few out there who say, oh, everything should be balanced to make it all equal. Well, the original Star Wars Battlefront, when they patched the E11, I think it was called the E11, the Stormtrooper first gun, I actually stopped playing the game. Well, I didn't stop completely, but I reduced my time playing it because it was my favourite gun and it just got nerfed. I think sometimes when you can do stuff like that, you just need to be careful, and you just got to watch out what they nerf, because sometimes it can put people off, especially when they introduced the battle tank where it gave you more health. I just completely stopped playing the game when that got introduced because it was a DLC content. I didn't have the DLC, I didn't have access to it. I know I could probably get access to it, but that was really it from my end of that. So Star Wars Battlefront 2, all the DLC is going to be free, however, which is pretty cool. The card system, there is an in-game currency type thing in the game where you buy abilities for your characters, but honestly, you can unlock them with time playing. Now, my little brother, he's been playing this game for a very long time, and he near enough has all the beta for a long time, and he didn't pre-order the game, and his abilities, he's got mods for his guns, he's got everything, and he's just generally played the game. So I haven't played it too much. I've just been playing what I want to play with it, but honestly, I think sometimes with pay to win games, if they do it right, it really doesn't matter. It can just give people a shortcut of time and give people a little bit extra. If they don't have the time, they can pay to get to that stage. But if you've got a little bit of time and you enjoy playing the game, you can really get all that stuff naturally by getting the game. So I think that was pretty cool, and honestly, that's something I did like about it. The card system, the only annoying thing about it is you'd sit there for maybe about 10 seconds waiting for the pack to open, or like, I don't know how long it was exactly, but waiting. I think there should be like a shortcut just to open them all at once, because honestly, I don't enjoy opening packs. I never go through and read what they are. I don't really it doesn't interest me at all. The first game that I enjoyed opening packs on was Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare, the original one, but after that I stopped enjoying opening packs because it just kind of got a little bit boring, and cosmetics and things like that, they don't interest me. And honestly, I don't see the point in making your character look different, because it's all about how good you are at the game. At the end of the day, if your character looks a certain way and it doesn't give you an advantage or a disadvantage, there's no point of adding it at all. That's something that I've always had in mind anyway. When I was younger, yes, I did really enjoy cosmetics and stuff, but now, at my age, at 19, I do not enjoy adding cosmetics or anything like that. It just really doesn't bother me too much. Obviously, if there's a cool cosmetic, maybe I may activate it, and if it's like something that's maybe free or something, or where I can select it and it's auto selected on, I don't go out my way to actually pick my cosmetics. I just add them quickly. It really doesn't interest me at all. It's the same with the Minecraft skin packs, anything like that, it just doesn't interest me. So cosmetics are there for the people that like them. Fair enough, you can get them in packs, but abilities, that will be something I will be looking at with the packs, or not purchasing them as in real money. I will not be buying them, but with looking for abilities to get and mods and stuff, that's what I'll be trying to aim for with that side of stuff. So yeah, this game mode on Naboo with the separatist, the droids versus the Republic, I did enjoy it a lot, but I didn't enjoy it as much as the other game mode, only because it took me a while to start earning the heroes, and when you had a hero, usually you die straight away. I know the gameplay on screen is a pretty good gameplay of me playing with Darth Maul, but I did do pretty well in this game. But when I first started playing, I found it difficult, and you really didn't know what to play. Like the battle droids, they weren't really always worth selecting. And sometimes I just thought, you know what, there's no point of selecting the battle droids, because you could just save up for a hero, or if there is no heroes, you could buy something else maybe. And the ships are something which were quite difficult. After about an hour of flying, I got used to it, but at first, oh my, I'd just waste money on ships. There's a lot of things that need nerfing and buffing, but sometimes they've got to be careful of what they nerf. I think they should probably leave near enough every weapon at the same stat. Maybe the jet troopers on the other game mode, which is going to be coming on screen right now, on I believe it was called Strike, the other game mode. The jet troopers on that game mode were very overpowered, and little things like that could probably get nerfed a little bit, but honestly I don't find them that overpowered. I think they were still killable. Anything in this game all feels not 100% balanced, but it feels playable and it is enjoyable. And I think when you get that overpowered thing, like in the old one, if you got the ATST or something, you'd feel like you have something and you've earned something, or you've got something where you can gain control over the map. And honestly, that's what I really enjoyed about the original one as well. The original 1 and 2, there were things which were awful in the game, but there were things which were so overpowered that give you such a big advantage. And I think with Star Wars Battlefront, that is what people really want. Well, that's what I want from it anyway. On the original one, I think the idea of having the overpowered stuff is very useful, and from someone who used to absolutely sweat the original one, I used to know certain tanks were better than others, certain vehicles. You just know by playing it which guns to use and which guns not to use, and you could just have a bunch of fun doing that, and it was just awesome. And I think sometimes that's where games have got to come and try not to balance everything, because if you balance everything, people are just confused what to pick. I feel like if a game has a gun which is super powered, it really does make you think, oh, maybe we should get this, maybe we shouldn't. And sometimes you can kind of pick what you want, and what you want in your game is something that, it's just awesome. I think having that kind of like twist to it where you like that gun more than others is what you want. You don't want everything to be balanced. So that's where I'm coming from with that, but so far it feels like it is that. If they didn't change anything in the weapons apart from the jet troopers, honestly it wouldn't really bother me too much if they didn't change anything at all. The jet troopers, yes, we'll see some game. I haven't got any gameplay of them actually on here now, but the jet troopers are in this map that I'm playing on the Strike, and if you have played the Strike, you'll know what I mean. Both sides, the jet troopers are very overpowered. The flame trooper on the stormtrooper side, on the rebellion, I think, no, not the rebellion, the First Order, that's it. On the First Order side, it's just absolutely useless, the flamethrower. It really does need a buff. And same with the Wookiee Warrior. Now, that is debatable. The Wookiee Warrior is okay, but honestly, compared to the Jet Trooper, it's just not as good. That was the Jet Trooper that killed me then. So, yeah, I just think definitely that's the only thing that I've really seen that needs nerfing. Other than that, everything else feels fine about the game, and it's definitely going to be worth a purchase if you are into Star Wars. If you love Star Wars, you love the films, you've played previous Star Wars games, it's worth a purchase. If you're not too much into Star Wars and you don't really like the films too much, and you're not a massive fan of the previous Star Wars Battlefront, the next gen Star Wars Battlefront, but you play Battlefield, then maybe it could be worth a purchase. But if you don't know much about Star Wars and you don't really want to purchase it, it's not really worth purchasing at launch. It'd be better probably to purchase it around Christmas time, or maybe when the game's down to about £30 or $30 or $35 or something like that. It's really not worth purchasing it at full price if you aren't into this sort of style. There's a lot of camping involved, and it's very easy. I noticed in a lot of games I'd be coming at top of the leaderboard, just like the old one. On the old one I used to come in the top 3 of the leaderboard every single time, but that is quite a common thing for myself on near enough any game, because I would class myself as a decent gamer on the shooters and stuff. I wouldn't say I'm bad. On most games I always come in the top 3 near enough everything that I've played, so near enough every time I'll be there. So it's just, I don't like to say it like that, but from someone who knows that that's going to happen near enough every time, this game feels extremely easy to be able to do that. And I think if I go on a game which is a lot more difficult, I do enjoy it a little bit more sometimes, because you don't actually come in the top all the time, and sometimes that isn't really what this game's going to be, and near enough every game I'd be in the top 3. So it's just that's the way it is. If you're very good at these sort of games, a lot of the people you're playing against are quite newbie and they don't really know what's going on, and if you've got quite a lot of experience in the games, you can really take people out really easily, and it's kind of frustrating, but it's the way it is, I suppose. And it's cool, but it's annoying sometimes because I want a little bit of a challenge sometimes, and you just don't get that when you're this sort of standard. But other than that, yes, the game is worth a purchase. There's nothing wrong with it at all. There's obviously a few glitches in the beta and that, but everything I've found and played I really enjoyed. I didn't enjoy the idea of having Han Solo on the clone troopers side, but at the end of the day, it's cool. And Rey and that having the clone troopers side, obviously that doesn't follow the Star Wars lore or anything like that, but it's cool and it's different, and I think the Lego games let you do that, so why not do it in this game? So yeah, it's cool, and honestly I wouldn't choose to do it in an official like story type game, and I wish they would have maybe Republic heroes in this in certain ones, but other than that I think it's pretty clever, and what they've done is awesome. I think definitely it's worth purchasing. It's cool. The old one, you never really used to be able to do this on the original ones where you'd have different gen heroes playing against each other, but I think it's cool and it is really cool, and yeah, try it out for yourselves when you get the game, or if you've played the beta. It's definitely interesting. I did get absolutely wrecked by Darth Maul, but there's nowhere in the films where you'll see Darth Maul with Han Solo, so that's what makes the game really cool. But yeah, you guys should purchase this. I think if you're a Star Wars fan, you can just absolutely trash people on it if you're good at these sort of games. Very enjoyable. The only difference I'd really change with this sort of game mode, the Galactic Assault one, is extend the lives a little bit on the assault bit, because if you've got a good defensive team and you've done pretty well, or they haven't done very well with the attacking, they get quite a few lives, and it really doesn't make the game last very long. Strike is perfect. The only problem with Strike is you can actually get in a glitch spot and have the overtime last forever, which is fun, and I think it'll be very fun on the real game, but that'll probably get patched, and sometimes glitches like that are really fun, and that's just fun. And overtime is just probably put like a cap of 2 minutes on it, but I agree that it should still be in that glitch because it's just really enjoyable. Any glitches are enjoyable, as we have experienced in the past. From someone who loved glitching, and I know many of you guys have, Modern Warfare 2 is what got me into these sort of glitches stuff, and it still has. Any game that has bugs and glitches in, like Modern Warfare 2, where there's like glitches where you can get on the roof, or hidden Easter eggs where you can get an advantage by doing something, I think that should be still in the game. But sometimes, lately especially, probably the last game I saw that sort of stuff in was probably Black Ops 2, with the zombie stuff where you used to be able to get an extra perk or like free stuff if you did a certain thing. So I think sometimes like that, where they have Easter eggs in and have an advantage, or like hidden spots where you can get inside rocks or something, just glitches, I think a lot of people do enjoy that with these sort of games, and I think it'd get exploited, but it's what people enjoy. People like exploiting things, people enjoy having that advantage, and there will still be people trying to fight against you who know you've got the advantage, but they know they can get it as well. So sometimes that's what I like to see in games. But hope you guys have enjoyed my view of Star Wars Battlefront 2, the beta. It's definitely worth a purchase, the actual game, if you are into Star Wars. If you're not too much into Star Wars, I'd wait a bit, but this game is definitely worth a purchase if you are into any sort of shooter, either now or in the future. So yeah, great game, really happy with it, definitely going to be awesome to play in the future. Hopefully they don't mess it up too much like they did with the last one, in my opinion. But yeah, it's not as good as the original, obviously, but it's still a good game and it will be fun to play. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think of this game, and would you buy it or would you not? And once again, this is POSTBOXPAT, signing out.